Hello students, we have seen previously how price effect can be decomposed into income and substitution effect using the compensating variation, also called the Hicksian method of decomposition. Now we are using a different technique, which is Slutsky's method of decomposition of price effect into income and substitution effect. Here the analysis is a little different. In the earlier case we used the compensating variation. Here we are using the cost difference method. In compensating variation method, we use a subjective aspect where the consumer was asked to remain or made to remain in the earlier indifference curve itself. But here in Slutsky's method, we are using a more objective method of reducing the real income. Here we are reducing real income in such a way that the increased real income is reduced in an objective manner. And here we are analyzing the Slutsky's method of decomposition using a geometric method. We know that this is the pressure line here, which shows the different quantities of two commodities that the consumer can buy by spending all his available income. The commodity X is measured on the x-axis, commodity Y is measured along the y-axis. Now, just like the earlier case, we are assuming that there is a change in the price of X, that is, the price of X falls. So, when price of X falls, we know that the pressure line will rotate rightwards and becomes BL1. Seeing that the slope of the pressure line falls, slope of pressure line BL is greater than that of BL1. That means that price of X has fallen, and consumer area was at indifference curve 1 at point E. Now the consumer will be on indifference curve 2, point E1. Now in the earlier case, the Hicksian compensating variation method, we reduce the real income in a subjective way, that is by drawing a budget line parallel to the BL1 and also tangential to the first indifference curve, so that the consumer is made to enjoy is allowed to enjoy the same level of satisfaction as before. But Slutsky's cost difference method is different in that the new budget line will be drawn in such a way that the old combination itself is available to the consumer. That is, the old combination that the consumer used to consume was this one. Okay, X1, Y1. So, if the consumer is to have the option of still buying the old combination, then the budget line should pass through this point. Only then he can buy the old combination. That is, if the budget line passes through E, then if he wants, he can still buy the old combination. That means that the income effect has been reduced. And the other condition is that the new budget line should be parallel to the BL1. So we are drawing a new budget line which is parallel to BL1 and at the same time passes through point E. Hope you have spotted the difference between Hicksian compensating variation and Slutsky's cost difference method. In Hicksian compensating variation method, it was sufficient that the new budget line was tangent to the old indifference curve at some point. But here, it is required that the consumer should have the option of buying the first combination, that is at E, X1 of X and Y1 of Y if he wants, so that the budget line passes through point E and at the same time the price ratios should be same as on BL1. The price ratio should be same as on BL1. And we can ensure by drawing a budget line parallel to BL1. You can see that the budget line, new shifted budget line B2L2 is parallel to the old budget line or rotating budget line BL1. So why we have drawn the new budget line B2L2? This budget line has been drawn in such a way that the increased real income of the consumer has been cancelled out. The increased real income of the consumer has been cancelled out. Now the consumer will be on a new indifference curve. Maybe he will be on a new indifference curve. He has the option to go for this point E, but obviously he won't go for this point. Maybe he will not go for this point E, and he will be somewhere like on IC3. Now he will be by this combination E2. So initially when the price fell, the consumer moved from E to E1, which is called the price effect. Then we reduced his real income and he moved from E1 to E2, which is called the income effect. And what remains? Here we are reducing the income effect, and what remains is E2, which is the substitution effect. So this is how Slutsky decomposed price effect into income and substitution effects. Quantitatively, we can see that initially the movement was from x1 to x2. As price fell, the consumer increases consumption of x from x1 to x2, x1 at E to x2 at E1. So this is the total effect of a fall in the price. We call it price effect. This is the price effect. And then we reduce this real income, and therefore the consumer moved from E1 to E2 or x2 to x3. This is the income effect. Because this happened when the consumer's increased real income was cancelled out using the cost difference method, and therefore this is called the income effect. And when x2 x3 is reduced from x1 x2, we get x1 x3, which is the substitution effect. x1 x3 is the substitution effect, or movement from E to E2. This is the substitution effect, and this is how Slutsky decomposed price effect into income and substitution effects by using the cost difference method. Okay, once again, the initial budget line is given by BL. The consumer was on equilibrium at E. When the price of X fell, the budget line rotated to BL1. Consumer moved on to E1, where he was on difference curve IC2, tangent to budget line BL1 at E1. So this movement from E to E1 is the price effect, because it happened when price of X fell. Then we know that this price effect consists of two separate effects. One is the income effect and substitute, another one is the substitution effect. So we have to differentiate these two or decompose these two. In order to decompose income price effect in income and substitution effect, we are reducing the real income of the consumer using the cost difference method. So we draw a new budget line B2 and 2, which is parallel to BL1, so that price ratio does not change. And also we should take care to draw the new budget line in such a way that it passes through point E, so that the consumer can buy the old combination if he desires so desires. And the B2L2 budget line here. Now the consumer may be on difference of IC3 like this at E2. So we have got the price effects decomposed into income and substitution effects. E to E1 is the price effect, E1 to E2 is the income effect, because consumer moves from E1 to E2 when his income effect was cancelled out or when his real income was reduced. Then what remains is E to E2, the price effect, and which is the substitution effect. Okay. And the difference between Hicksian compensating variation and Slutsky's cost difference method is that Slutsky's method is more objective, Hicksian method is more subjective one. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.